Do you know why something evil has to ask permission to come into your house? It sort of goes back to this old belief that nothing evil, nothing negative can enter into your life, can enter into your home unless you give it permission. See, we naturally have this protective barrier surrounding us. Some people call it guardian angels, some people call it, a protective spirit, but we are naturally protected from these sort of things. But these evil, these negative entities try and break us down and get us to open that space, to allow them to come in. And so our homes, where we live, where we love, where we share intimate moments, right? That becomes a protective space. And this evil entity cannot enter through that doorway until you give it permission. Now, this story comes out of North Carolina. There was this woman who said when she was a young girl, she grew up in a small home up in the Appalachian Mountains. And she said when they first moved into this house, she remembers at night hearing what sounded like young children out in the woods laughing and saying things and calling her to come outside. And she would see shadows moving across her window like someone was walking around out there. She just ignored it and she really had no idea what was going on. And she had heard stories, she had heard rumors from friends, that if anything evil comes to your door or invites you outside, do not listen to them, do not follow. Well, this one particular night, her parents left her in charge of watching her brothers and sisters. And she said they were running around the house playing when all of a sudden she got kind of this sick feeling in her stomach, like something was wrong. And she said her brother started screaming and started freaking out and crying. And she's like, "What's going on? Like, what's wrong?" And he says, they're coming. They're coming for us. Like, they're going to get us. They're coming. And she's like, "What are you talking about? Who's coming?" And he just kept saying, like, "They're coming. They're coming." And all of a sudden, they hear boom, 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 like a knock at the front door. So she runs over to the window and she looks out. And she said, at the front door was this young boy, with an old timey haircut and wearing sort of like this blue jacket and blue pants with these like black boots. And she said he just looked out of place. She knew something was wrong. So she calls out to him from behind the door. "Yes, like, what do you want? What do you need?" And she said this boy responded, "Please let me in. Please let me in." And she's like, "No, I'm not supposed to open the door. Mom and dad are gone. Like, I can't open the door for you." And he's like, "Please, it's cold. Let me in." And she said, "No, you're going to have to go somewhere else. I'm not opening the door." And right as she says that, the lights in the house started to flicker. And she said she took her brothers and sisters, they ran into their mother's room and she closed the door and they all just started praying. And finally, their parents got home and they felt safe again. And she said within a couple weeks, it was all over this town that there was a young kid who disappeared. And she felt like that had something to do with whoever was knocking on the door that night.